Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. This is Mustafa Ahmed. Allahumma salli wa sallam baraka Rasulullah. So today's video is going to be about Muhammad Qasim and Surah Al-Kahf. So, uh, something to understand that when the Prophet told us to read Surah Al-Kahf, he explained that Surah Al-Kahf is the main, I guess, point or pinnacle to look for in the end of times, right? So constantly read Surah Al-Kahf protect you from the jail and so many other blessings, right? And to really understand the end times that we're living in, we have to look to the Quran and to see, and specifically in Surah Al-Kahf. So something I want to share today that I got from Sheikh Balush, Amr Balush, and I linked his video in the description. I definitely recommend you watch it because he's a scholar and he's way better at conveying the message than me. And what he said was something very special and very important about miracles in the end of times. So unfortunately nowadays, most Muslims, including myself, really didn't believe that or don't believe that Allah can really send miracles to non-prophets, right? However, in Surah Al-Kahf, Allah talks about four stories, specifically sending miracles to non-prophets, right? So the people of the cave, the first story that he talks about, these are believers, normal believers that believe in Allah and they want to protect their religion in such a time where their religion is attacked from all different areas. So Allah, when they actually took a step to try to protect their religion and they left to go to the cave, Allah took it upon Himself to perform miracles and preserve that in the Quran for us to read nowadays. The same thing in the people with the two gardens. These are two ordinary people, and Allah wants to show an example of a miracle. That one person says, "Do you have this garden? You think it's gonna last forever?" Right? And Allah took away the garden. Right? So that was a miracle again given to a non-prophet. The third one is Musa and Khidr. So Musa at a higher status than Khidr. However, Khidr is teaching him something that and performing miracles in front of Musa. Although Musa speaks directly to Allah and he has miracles of his own, right? However, this is a non-prophet showing a prophet miracles. And the last story is a story of Dhul Qarnayn, right? Of Dhul Qarnayn going and he's blocking Ya'juj and Ma'juj and keeping them and building that barrier. So this is a miracle and a karama that Allah has given to the non-prophets. As specifically, this will happen again because there is no more prophet after Prophet Muhammad alayhi salam to come. So is it possible that Allah still will give miracles to ordinary Muslims nowadays, especially in such a state that we are attacked from many different areas and we know there's no prophet coming afterwards. However, we know there is a Mahdi coming. And this is an ashara and a alama that the Prophet ﷺ told us of it coming before Isa alayhi salam. So if you look to the Quran, you see in Surah 17, Surah Al-Isra, it is the biggest miracle given to any prophet. And it's given to our Prophet Muhammad alayhi salam, that Allah took him up and he gave him that journey and that meeting specifically in the heavens with him. And then you look to Surah Al-Kahf, and these are constant miracles that Allah is performing to the non-prophets. And then specifically, after the surah, after Surah number 19, Surah Al-Maryam, this is the descent of Isa alayhi salam, which everything about him is miraculous. His birth is miraculous, his life is miraculous, and the return of him is also miraculous. So these are miracles that Allah is showing us. So starting with our Prophet who said, I have come, me and Day of Judgment has come like this. Right? So it's showing that the two fingers, and these two fingers showing that the amount of time left between Muhammad alayhi salam's ummah and a Day of Judgment is very short. Then moving fast forward to 1400 years, the time that we're living in today, and Allah is good. He's sending miracles, which we as Muslims believe that there is a Mahdi coming. And I want to take this time to talk about a man named Muhammad Qasim bin Abdul Karim. He is from the lineage of the Prophet ﷺ, and he has been giving dreams, many dreams, where he and the Prophet ﷺ has been speaking, and the Prophet ﷺ come to him, right, and give him guidance and show him a way, right. And in 2014, the Prophet ﷺ told him to convey the message to the Muslim Ummah. So we always say Allahu Alam, but we believe that Muhammad Qasim is potentially the Mahdi that's coming. And this is not what he's saying, this is what we're saying. So is it possible that Allah gives a miracle to the non-prophets? And we look to the Quran and we say yes, it is possible. And specifically Surah Al-Kahf, which is the surah of the end times. So we take this and we say that the world especially where the Muslims are, we're so divided, you know, that we need a unity. We need somebody to come and unite the Muslims together, you know. But it is upon us Muslims to facilitate that and to want that, you know, and not be happy with just the small communities that we're all living in, but rather take care of all the Muslims that are being suffering and all over the world, you know, especially like Muslims in the West. Like I live in America, and most of us are comfortable. However, what about our brothers and sisters who are not comfortable? We talk about in Palestine, in Yemen, and all over the world, in Pakistan, right, in India. So all these Muslims that are being persecuted, we have to care about them, you know, and we have to want and long for that person to come and unite that. And Allah has been giving us that blessing that there is such a man. There is such a man nowadays, that he has been given one of these miracles that Allah has blessed in the end of times. And specifically, the return of Isa alayhi salam is coming right after. So all these events are going to come one after another, and they're going to come soon. I say Allahu Alam when that happens, but there are the time and the world has escalated to a pinnacle point and is reaching that point, that boiling point, especially in the world. So we say to this is mainly a video for the other Muslims out there to recognize that, to take a look and take heed and to look into this man named Muhammad Qasim bin Abdul Karim, and to listen to him, and don't dismiss it because say, oh, this is not true, this can't happen to us. You know, miracles can happen to Muslims, and it has to happen because there is no more prophet coming after. So the only miracles that's going to be left are going to be to the non-prophets, you know. So with that we say assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.